Hi, welcome to my lecture series on healthy aging and what I am doing to stay healthy as I age. This lecture will give you an overview of all of the 5 different lifestyle changes that I have been doing. Hi, my name is Raymond Saul. I'm the owner of Tai Chi Body Balance, a health and wellness consulting business. And this presentation is based upon my scholars presentations at Arizona State University's Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. These presentations happened in 2019 and 2020. I begin every lecture with a disclaimer. I am not a doctor or a scientist. I'm not some type of mystical person from the East, and I'm not a salesperson trying to sell you anything. If you have a health-related question, you should always consult with your doctor. This is just what I am doing, a personal journey. It's evolving, it's ongoing. Healthy aging and how I'm looking at it. First of all, I'm not talking about immortality. Nobody lives forever. The clock is ticking, and we are all growing older. And there are technologies that help us prolong life. We can live longer. Heart machines, transplants, drugs, things like that. But having diabetes or dementia longer, that's not fun, and that's not healthy living. What I mean is living longer and healthier. Welcome. This is my journey to a healthy aging. We are all going to die. We just don't know when. Many of us will sit back and do nothing and try to survive until then. Well, I'm not sitting back. Okay, everybody knows their birth age, but do you know your cellular age? My birth age is 80. That means I've made 80 trips around the sun. But the cellular age of my body is only 48. How do I know that? I had a DNA test measure my telomeres. What are telomeres? Telomeres are the cells at the tips of your DNA. They were first discovered by Hermann Mueller in 1938, and in 1946, he won the Nobel Prize. In addition, there's another enzyme called telomerase. The telomerase enzyme was discovered by Carol Greider, Elizabeth Blackburn, and Jack Sozak in 1984. And in 2009, they won the Nobel Prize. Why are telomeres important? Telomeres are like the canaries in the coal mines. They're like an early warning system. Telomeres help us understand the cellular health of our bodies. How can telomeres do that? Well, telomeres are with us at birth, and throughout life, our body builds new cells. And the telomeres have to go with each new cell. As we age, the telomeres get shorter and shorter so that over time they can't replicate themselves. That's when our DNA is unraveling, and that's when the body is aging. Why is this important to know? Well, unhealthy telomeres equal unhealthy aging. And that means when I'm talking about that are the age-related diseases like diabetes, dementia, heart disease. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, Tufts University found that people with these conditions had a higher risk for severe illness, and they were more likely to be hospitalized. So how did I get healthy telomeres? Well, what was I doing? I had to do some research. And so I read all the books that were about telomeres. Not really. But what did I find? What I did find in the research that I had done was that healthy lifestyles help the cells stay healthier. And here's what I found. Exercises can help telomeres. Healthy diet can help. Stop smoking and reducing alcohol. They also help. You can also help your telomeres by reducing your stress and getting more sleep. In addition, having good friends or a good social network is also helpful to your telomeres. What does all this mean? Health and death, aging and death, sorry, I can't change. How I live today, I can change. Sitting won't work. Not exercising won't work. People need to move. So I asked myself, was I willing to make changes to live healthier? Based upon my cellular health, what was I doing right? What was I doing wrong? I needed to go back and learn what I had been doing, and here's what I found so far. 5 major areas, 5 key lifestyles. First, exercise. Second, relaxation. Third, sleep. Fourth, nutrition. And fifth, social interactions. So let's take a brief look at these areas. First of all, exercise. The World Health Organization says that sedentary lifestyles cause chronic diseases. And in America, 2 out of 10 adults exercise daily. Elizabeth Blackburn found that exercise actually improves your telomeres. So I do Tai Chi. Why Tai Chi? Tai Chi improves your cellular health. It helps you move every muscle and joint in your body, and it also helps to circulate the clear body fluids. Tai Chi helps the immune system, and Tai Chi can also be used for relaxation. Tai Chi helps my balance and stability. And with that, it helps minimize my chances of falling. We now know that muscles atrophy, and when they do, it increases the risk of falling. And as older people fall, the injuries can be catastrophic. Tai Chi teaches balance. It's not magic. I have to learn the skills and practice the balancing. So Tai Chi is also exercising my brain. Why is exercising the brain important? Well, we now know that new brain cells are produced every day. And if you don't exercise those new brain cells, they will atrophy. So I started taking courses at the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Arizona State University. I started to learn how to play the flute. And I've been learning how to do Zoom and PowerPoint presentations. I continue to write poetry, and I love Sudoku puzzles. Why should I have this variety? Well, exercise variety is important. It's critical to healthy aging. Walking, stretching. At Mayo Clinic, they found that a high intensity interval training program is best. So I do hiking up and down hills, and I'm also lifting weights. But remember, I also mentioned that Tai Chi can be used for relaxation. So let's take a look at relaxation as a lifestyle. Blackburn said that chronic stress can equal shorter telomeres. So stress relief actually improves your cellular health, but you need to practice it daily, and I do so once before each meal. Tai Chi is considered moving relaxation, and so I want to do that throughout the day. But at nighttime, I also do relaxation breathing just before going to bed to help calm my body. Why do I do Tai Chi breathing? Well, Tai Chi breathing, along with the concept of moving relaxation, relates back to the martial arts, where breathing was an integral part of the martial arts skills. But with Tai Chi, the breathing is very slow, it's very natural, it's very cleansing. It has also been shown to lower your blood pressure. So, Tai Chi is not the only way that I relax, however. How else do I relax? Well, let me count the ways. I love to do watercolor painting. I write short stories. I also write poems. I'm a sculptor. As I said before, I'm learning how to play the flute. So these are a number of different ways to help me relax throughout the day. But the best way to relax is by getting a good night's sleep. So let's talk about the sleep lifestyle. The goal for everybody should be 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And that's important for both our physical and emotional health. It's also good to help us by helping us remember and store information. And it's associated with good cellular aging. Good sleep also helps the immune system. So how does sleep affect the immune system? Well, we know that poor sleep has an impact upon the immune system. It actually weakens the immune system. What researchers found that if you get less than 4 hours of sleep, it weakens your ability for the body to fight cancer. And if you get less than 6 hours, it actually affects the immune genes that cause inflammation. I have sleep apnea. And why is sleep apnea bad? Well, snoring was like a wake-up call for my wife. What she noticed was I was only averaging about 4 hours of sleep a night, and that most of the time during the daytime, I was tired. Then my research found that sleep apnea actually can kill. So I started using a CPAP machine. Why a CPAP? Well, Blackburn said sleep helps telomeres, and the CPAP machine helped improve my oxygen flow. It also helped me sleep longer, anywhere from 5 to 7 hours. So poor sleep affects the sleep cycle. And what are the different sleep cycles? Well, first of all, we take a look at light sleep. This is a period of time that helps clear the brain for new information. Deep sleep helps recall information within the brain, and rapid eye movement helps sort information in the brain and also helps our emotional health. The other thing that I was not aware of was I also had an awake cycle during my bedtime, and that anywhere from 10 to 30 times during the night, I could wake up. So I've been using a Fitbit watch to track my cycles. And after a good night's sleep, let's talk about food. When we talk about nutrition, you are what you eat. And we know now that 25% of the risk of dying is from genetics, and that 75% of the risk of dying comes from the foods we eat. And this is a picture of the Subway sandwiches I used to eat: processed meat, cookies, chips, Coke. That all led me to have a body weight of over 185 pounds. It led to having cholesterol levels over 350 and having triglyceride levels over 575. Well, surprise, I had high blood pressure. And in 2000, I almost died from pulmonary embolism. So changing my nutrition was important. But first, I had to take lisinopril to lower my blood pressure. I had to take Lipitor to lower my cholesterol levels. I had to get to do more exercise to help lower my triglycerides. So I started participating in the Arizona Senior Olympics, and I went from riding in the golf cart to hiking and doing Tai Chi. But it also got down to, what do I eat? Then I found the Dean Ornish Coronary Heart Disease and Lifestyle Study. And why was this lifestyle change important? Well, in the Ornish study, it showed that a low-fat vegetarian diet can reverse heart disease. So I started to eat more veggies. And then I asked myself, well, what about the proteins? And so I became a flexitarian. I'd eat meat, but I'd eat more vegetables. Then things started to happen. My cholesterol levels dropped to about 225, but I was still under lisinopril for the high blood pressure. My weight dropped down to 170. So stuff started to happen to my body. Why was a vegetarian diet important? Because when I started eating veggies, I also found out that many veggies contain protein. So I did not need to eat meat. That's when I became a vegan. And then my weight dropped to 160 pounds. My cholesterol dropped to less than 200. and I was off this lisinopril. I still continue to drink a lot of water and fluids. And so lifestyle changes were making a big difference in my life. Why were these changes important? Well, if I take a look at this year's annual physical, I'm again over 80 years of age, but my weight is down now to 145, 150. My cholesterol level is down to 144, and my triglyceride level is down to 124. My blood pressure average is about 140 over 115. So the cellular health of my body is still good. But social interactions and loneliness, that's a problem. So let's talk about the next lifestyle change, social isolation and loneliness. So when we talk about loneliness, what do we mean? Well, loneliness, we now know, is a health threat. Social isolation results in having shorter telomeres, and more adults live alone, and that families are living further apart. And COVID-19 has a bad effect on adults. Social support is critical, but what about getting together with people? And so I took a look at the blue zones. And why are the blue zones important? Well, first of all, let's take a look about where they are in the world. There was one in Costa Rica, one in Italy, Greece, Japan, and California. So what's happening in the blue zones? Why are people healthier in the blue zones? They're having many more social interactions on a daily basis. All things that I mentioned they're doing: exercise, relaxation, sleep, social interactions, family members, neighbors. What did this mean for me? What changed for me? I had to reinvent myself, change my loneliness into social interactions. I started a new business at age 75, Tai Chi Body Balance. I've got schools in Scottsdale and Tempe, and I also joined the faculty at Paradise Valley Community College. And I expanded my teaching to include corporate business customers in the Phoenix metropolitan area. Then I also learned Zoom. And also in 2020, I was planning a rim to rim hike with my daughter, but the COVID-19 stopped that. Why are all these activities important? Well, when we talk about loneliness prior to COVID-19, I was averaging about 10 social interactions per week. Now with Zoom, I'm averaging 16 to 18 social interactions a week. And with the Arizona State University classes that I'm teaching, I'm meeting more and more people during the summer, fall, and spring. I'm also teaching a class at Penn State University, and I also do participate in weekly family Zoom nights. And I've created this lecture series on healthy aging. And I also continue to do corporate Zoom classes. I've been hosting Zoom sessions. Last year, and this year I hosted four college reunions with people that I had not seen in over 55 years. I hosted a creative arts seminar, and I've been hosting Friday night social gatherings. And I also have been participating in a Zoom Buddies program between Arizona State University and Penn State. I've also sponsored coffee clubs, all in a way of trying to get people to socially interact. So I'm always looking to Zoom. If you ever want to do so, just email me and set up a date, and I'll turn on the Zoom camera and we can have a social interaction. At the start, I talked about dying and healthy telomeres. We don't know when we will die. We can't control growing older. Some people will just give up and just wait till they die. Well, I don't know when I will die. Some things I can control to be healthy, like healthy lifestyles, which I briefly mentioned in this opening session. So Here's me finish my third rim to rim at the Grand Canyon at age 72. So I'm going to keep doing things to keep my telomeres healthy. The Healthy Lecture series happens on the first day of each month at 1 o'clock. I have several different series lectures that I give on each one of these different lifestyles and a further explanation of telomeres. So relaxation, sleep, nutrition, and social interactions. So join me sometime on my journey to healthier living. Thanks for coming.